It's still too hot out here. I wish it was not late. That way I could order that fucking boba tea horchata, iced horchata thing, dude. That's what I need right now. I need something that'll cool my whole ass body down completely. Bring my core temperature down like 4 degrees. Maybe not 4 degrees, that might be catastrophic. 3 degrees, how's that? 3 degrees, that's what I want. 1, 2, 3. Oh, all right. Should I take an ice cube and put it on my head? No. Yes? Okay, I'll do it. One ice cube on the head, and we'll see if it does anything. I gotta balance it up here, though. One would think that this would work, you know? One would think that allowing ice to sit on top of your head would help. So we'll see. I've just got to be careful. I've got to keep it balanced up there. Otherwise, this is a pointless exercise. So I'm going to smoke a joint. Whilst we keep this, you know, hopefully the skibbities are in bed by now, or their moms will spank them. Yeah, they better be quiet if they're gonna be running around, you know. Ice is there. I don't think it's doing anything now. I don't feel like it's actually cooling anything. Maybe it is, though. I don't know. Whoa, okay, I felt a drip. There's a drip. A drip worked its way down through the hair and is on the scalp. Oh, okay. That didn't work. You know what? The ice on the head was a bad idea. Nothing was accomplished. Oh, you heard a live in-person skibbity? Oh boy. Yeah. Like I don't know, man. I'm trying not to be an old prude, you know, but I have a feeling that like if I was a parent, right, which I'm not, this is all speculative shit. But if I was a parent, skibbity toilet would be banned in my household, dude. It would be banned. 100%. There would be no skibbity toilet in the house. There would be no mentions of skibbity toilet. You know, there are people that say like, oh, just let the kids have fun. It's just, you know, they're watching dumb shit just like you did. And I was like, no, not really though. Like my dumb shit was like ninjas and soldiers fighting each other and stuff. There might have been some crazy shit going on, but like, it was understandable. This is a demonic head that pops out of a toilet and sings a really bad European techno song. This is not the same thing. I just don't understand it, fellas. Yeah, I think so too. don't think I'd let my kids on the internet at all. If I did, it would be so locked down, so parental controlled, and so spied upon that they probably wouldn't even want to be on it. And that's not the latest brain rot. Lately, it's that Cotton Eye Joe chicken nugget. What? What did you say? Cotton Eye Joe chicken nugget. No. No. No, 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 no. That's not a thing. Cotton Eye Joe was an unfunny meme 15 years ago. That isn't happening. Cotton Eye Joe. Nugget.
Oh, I've been married a long time ago. What do you come from? What year to go? What do you come from? Buckalado. Oh, I've been married a long time ago. What do you come from? What year to go? What do you come from? Buckalado. Oh, I've been married a long time ago. What do you come from? What year to go? What do you come from? Buckalado. Oh, I've been married a long time ago. What do you come from? What year to go? What do you come from? Buckalado. Oh, I've been married a long time ago. What do you come from? What year to go? What do you come from? Buckalado. Oh, I've been married a long time ago. What do you come from? What year to go? What do you come from? Buckalado. Oh, I've been married a long time ago. What do you come from? What year to go? What do you come from? Buckalado. Oh, I've been married a long time ago. What do you come from? What year to go? What do you come from? Buckalado. Oh, I've been married a long time ago. What do you come from? What year to go? What do you come from? Buckalado. Oh, I've been married a long time ago.
That was only 1 minute. That was 1 minute. 1 minute. That was 1 minute. I think this is the new punishment. I'm adding this to the flush.
Yeah. Just gonna torture them with
I will torture them
stupid videos.
with the skibbity nugget. I think I'm adding that. You seen the triangle circling the sun collecting plasma? What? No. That's not a thing. Triangle. Triangle. Sun. Plasma. News. A solar flare exploded. Looking for the triangle, Jupiter, Mars, and this moon. No, I don't see anything, bud. I think you might be fired. Oh my God. Why is it so hot out here still? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to get the ice pack, putting it on her neck. Time to lower this core temperature. It's still fucking 92 degrees outside in the middle of the night. Tell me that makes sense. 8 at night and it's still 92 degrees. Kill me. Kill me now. Oh yeah, there we go. Come on. I want this to work. There. Ooh. It's a little cold on my ears. but it feels actually nice. Okay.
Don't burn your ears.
No, I can't get frostbite. I just gotta get it like a vampire cowl, you know, back here. Just have it on the back. Oh yeah, see, that's so good.
Poor ear.
It's fine. I'm just getting a little skosh, you know, just a little taste. This one over here is fine,
Got
but
all
it's
red.
the back of my neck that's feeling good. Count Pulcula. Blah. I've come to suck your blood. Yeah, we're not getting like livable, decent weather until,
For like another week.
yeah, for like a week. It's gonna be 100 and something all the way through Tuesday. And then it's slowly towards the end of next week gonna get down. I think there's one day that it might even be like below 90. But then it looks like it's starting to creep back up again. Hitty patty patata do, bobby bobby ba 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 bo.
Thursday is supposed to be nice.
Yeah.
You can call 86 nice.
It's nice enough.
Yeah.
Hitty the bee the bop na do, bossy beady bo ba da bo. I'm gonna torture you guys with 1 minute. We're gonna have a 1 minute skibbity nugget cool down when the skibbities get too hard. That's the new one of the new punishments. I think that's a lighter punishment than the flush. So we'll have that be like a minor punishment. Because that 1 minute felt like an hour to me. Felt like an hour. Today's your birthday? Oh, that name. Well, happy birthday! And then I say the name. Real smart. Unfortunately, like, I don't really say people's names unless I know them. I don't even read people's names if they're completely normal. Because some people are just looking for, like, a shout out. And then they want to clip you into their thing saying their name. It's weird.
What were you even working at earlier?
Who knows? Can you donate a beard for a wig to my dog? Aw, your dog has hair loss. Your dog has doggy alopecia. And he needs a beard wig. I'll do that. I will donate my beard to be a wig for your little dog. Why the fuck not, man? That seems like a noble cause. That seems noble. I'll give my beard so that your dog may have a wig. How big is your dog though? Because there's going to be a lot of hair here. There's a lot of beard going on here. Look up my music. No. All right. You know what? Keontae Armstrong. I'm going to do it. Usually I don't, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because you know what? Maybe you're awesome. Keontae. Keontae? Keon with an O. Come on. Keontae. Right? How what was it? K on T. T-E-A. Armstrong. Yeah. Caitlin Armstrong found guilty. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, is your shit on YouTube or what? Where do I gotta go? To Spotify to get your shit? Said for me to look up your music. Trying to help. Keon T. Armstrong? Nope. You don't exist. You don't exist, lady. You're banned. You wasted my time. I'm new here. What's this show about? Nothing, man. Sitting around, talking shit, trying not to melt in the middle of the fucking night. Putting ice packs on your head. Smoking weed. You know, the usual. Have you smoked Deem before? Deem? What the fuck is Deem? No, I have not. Dimethyltryptamine. I haven't had acid in a few years. It's been shrooms, and more shrooms lately. Yeah, I want to do DMT as well. But I want to do it in the right way. Dude, you could like, I wonder if you could like freeze your brain doing this. You know what I mean? Could you just like hurt yourself by lowering the temperature of your brain? Okay, that's probably enough. Now I'm starting to spook myself. Let's get a little like right here. Oh yeah. Oh, that feels good. I mean, yeah, dude, if I decide to go that way, you guys will know about it via my streams and shit. I just don't know what I'm going to end up doing. Do DMT on stream? No. I will not, sir. I refuse. DMT vape is grimy. Yeah. Vapes these days are grimy. I mean, they've kind of always been grimy. Paul DMT story, huh? Yeah, I don't know, man. You don't want to talk to anyone on DMT anyway? I mean, duh. Want to talk to the fucking entities. That's who I'm trying to talk to. You know what I'm talking about. The DMT entities, bro. I'm ready to meet them. Oh, man. All right, that's a little better. Nose equals blown. That should help a little. For a while, anyway. Oh shit, man. What is going on in this chat, bro? Party switch, dude. Alan Dershowitz is voting for Trump, and Dick Cheney is voting for Kamala Harris. Party switch, happening faster like a bitch. Party switch, time for another party switch. Look out, American party switch. You're voting for me. Cool. Write me in, y'all. Get me elected. Starting to smell like a party switch. Look out. Burp, burp. Here comes the party switch. Is it like the 4th party switch? If it happens? Or the 5th? Can't remember. It's been too long since I watched our episode on the party switch. It's interesting, man. We live in strange times. You know what's going to be interesting? There are going to be a gang of people who refuse to ditch out on the Democratic Party even after the party switch because of the historical nature of the Democratic Party. So this party switch is actually going to drag people left and right. It's going to be crazy. Party switch, time for another party switch. Alan Dershowitz is defected to Trump, and Dick Cheney is voting Kamala. Look me in the face and tell me this isn't the early days of a party switch, y'all. Kind of feels that way to me. I have no idea. I will tell you this. I have a feeling that this election, I feel like it's going to be one of two extremes. It's either going to be really boring and really early in the night when we figure out who wins, or it's going to be one of those up all night votes being recounted. Different electoral vote tallies on different news media sites as these races are called in different ways. It's going to be fucking crazy, bro. And I feel like that one way or the other, there's probably going to be some political violence and stuff this year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's in the cards. Republicans say Democrats did slavery without knowing how conservatives were at the time. Well, I mean, a lot of people are completely unaware that the parties have switched affiliation 2 or 3 times in the history of America. Started the last time with the Republican Southern strategy. And that's exactly what, like, the Democrats are running a Southern strategy this year. We'll see. With every day that passes, I believe more and more in your chaos timeline theory. Oh, that we were spun out onto the fucking absurdity timeline? Yeah. I'm telling you, bro. It could be, man. When they turned on CERN, right? Turned on the collider, and they collided and created that Higgs boson particle. This fucking, our timeline got spun off. Like we switched places with one of the more absurd timelines, and they're enjoying like relative normalcy right now, while we're all living in clown world. I think it happened, guys. I think we got multiversally switched with a universe whose laws are slightly more absurd than regular reality, and we're doing it. If you would have told, see, that's the thing, is like, it's hard to impress this on people, but if you would have told me 20 years ago that Donald Trump would be the biggest thing in the Republican Party, that he would be a three electoral cycle menace, I would have laughed right in your fucking face, bro. Literally, I would have fucking guffawed in your face. So the fact that is reality now leads me to believe that the old laws governing absurdity don't apply anymore. You know? They don't apply. Yeah, we're in new territory now. We're spinning out into a new and strange universe where absurdity is welcomed. I mean, if you really think about how absurd things are, think about this electoral cycle. Think about the Democrats literally gaslighting us until the last second that an old, doddering, demented old man was okay for another 4 years, and then at the last minute pulling the plug and coronating somebody that like nobody liked or voted for, and then that person lurches to the right and Democrats cheer. Dude, I couldn't have called that. Dude, if you would have told me 15 years ago that the Democratic Party was pro-cop, pro-military interventionalism, anti-Medicare for all, pro-secured border fascism / remain in Mexico fascism, I would have fucking laughed in your face again. It's absurd how far to the right the Democrats have lurched in just one cycle, and how many people have willingly followed. How many people that call themselves leftists were just fine with this lurch to the right. Lurch. Huge jump to the right. Not a little bit of right, little bit right, little bit right, this was like, boom. Medicare for all is a joke. The border must be secured. And look how many people in the party were ready to go right with them. Look how many self-avowed leftists were ready to jump to the right. What's lies? Where's the lie? No, unban him. Unban the guy that called me a liar. I want to hear what he has to fucking say. Not you, them. Okay, good. See? Glad we checked it out. Bro has no substance. No. He was talking about them. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you catch strays. It's all good, man. It's all good. It's a war out here. Bullets be going. Bullets be whizzing. We got him in triage. No, it's wild. And it leaves a guy like me even further alienated from the political process, from the mainstream political process. Yeah, good banning here and there builds character, I agree. I think everybody should be banned 4 or 5 times in their life to taste, you gotta taste the salty sting, you know? You gotta be like, what the fuck did I even do? This guy's crazy. Oh wait, he unbanned me, all right. Oh, I embrace the suck. I mean, I have no choice but to embrace how bad everything sucks. But I'm telling you guys, nobody's really talking about it, but we're living in super wild times. We're watching a massive lurch to the right amongst what we would call the American political left. Things that, like I said, 10, 15 years ago would have been considered staunchly far-right, fascist, Republican policies are now standard play for Democrats. And it happened over the course of 2 fucking electoral cycles. And a huge chunk of the Democratic voting electorate has happily moved to the right with them. It's a little bit spooky. I think it's a valid theory that our species is driving itself to extinction via insanity. It's definitely, like, a valid point to bring up. I know it's called the ratchet effect. But typically, the ratchet effect is this, right? The right wing comes and ratchets policy to the right. The liberals come and make sure that no movement happens back to the left, or just only minute movement back to the left. Then the right wing comes. That's the ratchet effect. So it's just us over the course of 20, 30 years, you would expect to see the Democratic Party moving farther and farther to the right. And that's exactly what you do see. Just look at my lifetime. Start in the 80s, look at Democrat policies in the 80s, and then look at them now. You will find that Democrats in the 80s would be considered radical liberals today, radical leftists, and that Republicans in the 80s sound a lot like today's Democrats. You know, you may not like this, you may not like the truth of it, but if you look into it, it's true. And people want to hand wave this, and now it's lurched to the right so far that the Democrats are now pro-war, the Democrats are now pro-cop, pro-alphabet agency, the Democrats are now pro-Wall Street, the Democrats are now pro-immigration hypocrisy. You know what I mean? Now, all those little tiny fucking shifts to the right that have built up over the years and people have just sucked it up because lesser of two evils, now it's come home to roost. Now we've got 2 Republican parties. Shave, bro? Come suck my balls, bro. I tell you what, you pop these nuts in your mouth and I'll shave. Get at me on another alt. Offer stands. Just an old man reminiscing on the days of... You're looking for yore. Yeah. What was the word? Days of last? What the fuck is that, bro? That's terrible. Fucking terrible. Terrible to be corrected in such a manner. Shameful. Yesteryear would have worked as well. Either days of yore or the days of yesteryear would have worked, but this person hasn't read any books. So, wrinkles, wrinkles everywhere. Old man, old man, old man, old man face. Wrinkles, wrinkles. Hey, just scrolling, what type of a channel is this? This is a channel where a hippie from California smokes weed and we talk about whatever. Sometimes I get mad, sometimes I get funny. I don't know, man. I really can't help you more than that. There's really not a plan here. I just kind of show up and we chill. I get high. And, you know, we talk. Right now we're talking about politics a little bit, I guess. Has been what we're talking about. But we can talk about something else now if you want. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done talking with politics. I've been done since about like 8 months ago. Yeah, no worries, man. No, it's all good, bro. I try and keep it chill because, you know, every time that I've scrolled through these, it's like a nightmare escape, bro. People are screaming and yelling at each other and fucking playing Minecraft while they fart into the mic, and I don't even know what's going on, dude. There's titty streamers and there's everything's like hype, you know. And yeah, man, I can't understand how people relax with that shit. It does feel good to relax, doesn't it? And I'm old as fuck too, so it, like, as you get old, your body just kind of forces you to chill more, which is nice. It's another positive part of getting old. Your body's like, hey bud, you're going to bed because you're old. And I'm like, all right, fair enough, bed sounds good. I really do love getting old, man. It's like the opposite of what I thought it would be in some ways. And it's exactly what I thought it would be in others. You're in bed chilling. That's the way to be. Kicked all the way the fuck back, bro. You know how fucking like lucky we are to live in a time where we can even chill like that? You know how uncomfortable human beings were for like 99% of our total existence? And we've got these nice beds we can just fucking kick back in. People lived on straw and shit, bro. Straw, wood stools, fucking dirty ass chicken feathers that stunk and had ticks in it and shit. Yeah, man. Like, you're just chill, you're secure, right? You're in your bedroom, you're in your fucking nice Sealy Posturepedic bed, it's supporting your back. You're chilling, bro. See, that's why I have a hard time criticizing things from like a hippie perspective sometimes, because I'm telling you, man, this may be the greatest time to be alive in human history for a person like me. I was talking about this earlier too when I did a show. Earlier today, I was rambling. And I talked about how, like, for me, I'm the type of person that loves, like, I love people watching, right? Other people's beef, you know, is fucking interesting to me, you know, from a distance. I'm a world star enjoyer, you know what I mean? And, like, I feel like right now may be the greatest time to be like a people watcher in human history, bro. People are wildin'. No joke, dude. People are losing their fucking collective shit in public. And, you know, the world hasn't ended yet, and so we can comfortably kick back in our comfortable beds and watch as people fucking go ape shit, bro. And I'm telling you, man, for a guy like me, that's fucking... There's a lot of George Carlin in me, dude. When you're born, you got a ticket to the freak show. And whether you enjoy it is up to you. I'm kind of a freak show watcher, bro, at this point. YouTube channels you watch for crazy people watching. Bro, because I've been watching that shit just comes across. You know, like, I know a lot of people hate them, but these true crime channels that show these police investigations and interrogations and stuff, you can see some wild shit on those. There are subreddits like public freakout that like every day you're gonna get 20 videos of people like rioting and tearing up a shop somewhere, arguing with their neighbors, shooting guns at each other, you know what I mean? Fucking trying to light each other on fire. It's fucking wild. It's wild. It's not just the hoods though, bro. I'm not trying to fucking be obtuse because I know that like crazy shit goes down in the hood, but dude, like if you go look at those things that I just talked about, shit's going down outside the hood now. Where shit's in the Starbucks. You know? Like there's a whole fucking subreddit I believe dedicated to Starbucks freakouts. Like so the shit has popped out of the hood. And it's gentrified now. People are going crazy in every neighborhood. Like, dude, I'm not even trying to be nosy because I try and stay out of everybody's business. But, dude, I'll hear some wild shit out of my neighbors sometimes. People screaming at each other. Dude, there was a lady, not any one of my major neighbors here, but like kitty corner, like over that way, right? Probably like one house away. Bro, I remember I almost called the cops one day because I heard this woman screaming at somebody at like 10 in the morning, and I sat out here for a couple hours while she screamed, and then I went inside, and I was back outside like 8 o'clock that night, and this woman was still tea kettling, bro. And I was like, what if that's a kid over there? And their parents has just lost their shit. And they've been screamed at now for, by my estimation, fucking 9 straight hours. I mean, you'll just hear some wild fucking shit. Dude, I've had more should I call the cops moments in the last 10 years. Not even really this neighborhood. This neighborhood isn't like that. But like, dude, my last apartment was wild, bro. Wild. People would go buck wild. Right in the middle of the parking lot, in the middle of the night, 2:30 in the morning, screaming at each other. It's fucking crazy, bro. I couldn't tell what the lady was saying. That's the thing, is she was far enough away that what I was hearing, that's what it sounded like to me, right? And I'm like, well, if that's her boyfriend or something, then it's on him because he can walk out. But if that's her child over there, like, fuck that. I would never call the police. I hate those people. If somebody is beating somebody up, okay, so I'll tell you the last time I called the cops. I was in Louisiana. I was sitting out on my balcony smoking a cigarette. Some dude and his girlfriend had a fight that spilled out into the parking lot. He was grabbing fistfuls of her hair, dragging her around the parking lot, kicking at her car and shit. I'm not gonna let somebody fucking beat their girlfriend up in the middle of the street, and I'm not gonna go down there and get stabbed up to save her either. That's what the cops are there for. I call that not my business. I can't let somebody get beat on. I can't let somebody get beat on in the street and call it, Kitty Genovese, look it up. She was raped in the middle of the street, screaming help. Hundreds of people heard her, and nobody called the police because it wasn't their business. Look it up. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. I'm not a fucking cop lover, but there's a reason they're here. Like, cops exist so that people don't kill each other in the parking lot. So that drunk boyfriend doesn't beat his girlfriend to death in the parking lot while I sit there and watch. I'm always worried I'm gonna get hurt. That's why I don't get involved. Hey, it's up to you. Like, I'm not saying go get involved directly. Nobody called anybody. Nobody helped her at all. Everybody said, not my business. And she was raped right in the middle of the street and killed. Kitty Genovese, look her up. This type of shit happens all the time. You know what I mean? I struggle with it. I'm not light with my cop calling and shit, but if somebody's abusing their child in front of me, I'm not getting shot in the face, confronting that motherfucker. I'm not getting stabbed up by this weirdo. I will call the cops. I'm not gonna let somebody that's weaker get picked on. Sorry. That's just not in my blood. That's not in my character. Sorry. I'm not a superhero. I'm not saying I jump off. Did I say I jumped off the balcony and whooped that guy's ass? Taught him a lesson? No. I called the police and the police came and broke it up. The bystander effect, yes. Everyone has this in their mind that everyone has this in their mind that somebody else will take care of it. It's none of my business. It's the bystander effect, yeah. Abby, do what you want. I'm just saying that's not how I conduct myself. If I hear somebody that can't defend themselves getting whooped on by some big fucking idiot, I'm calling the cops every fucking time. If I see people trying to burn down a fucking forest, firing off fucking illegal fireworks and shit when we've had nothing but 108-degree days today, or this summer, and I know that the entire forest is a tinderbox, I'm calling the fucking forest rangers to come and shut down their fun. I'm sorry. You know, I mind my business 99% of the time. But if you're trying to burn down the fucking world or beat up your kid, I'm not the guy that you want to be living next to. Because I'll have the cops at your fucking house every day. You look like you only roll 20s. It's true, dude. I got a hot hand on the dice. I roll them nat 20s hard. Oh yeah, I see you whooping on an animal or something. That's more, see, I gotta be honest with you, I'm more apt to directly intercede in that shit. Because I know the cops ain't gonna do something, so. I'm more apt to ask you to come whoop on me or something. Luckily, you know, most of the time people will be abusive to their animals behind closed doors and places where, you know. But yeah, no, dude, I cannot handle people being fucking brutal to an animal. That just is like the end-all be-all for me. Brutal to an animal, brutal to a child, brutal to somebody that's tiny compared to you. Those are all in the same fucking boat to me. And I was not raised to abide that shit, dude. That's not how I can... Dude, I'm a big guy, and I don't impose myself on people in that way. And, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with fucking calling the cops in that situation. Isn't that why you empathize with Cyrax? I don't know if I empathize with Cyrax. I just think that Cyrax is an easy target for a bunch of people to be mean to, right? He's a tiny little fetal alcohol syndrome baby. He's all muffed up. He's got googly eyes. He's scabby skull, and he's fucking 4'11" or some shit. He's tiny little dude, right? And that's just like the easiest fucking target in the world, right? And it's one thing to like laugh along with Cyrax or even laugh at Cyrax, and another thing to directly participate in tearing him down. You know? And I feel that same way about pretty much all the Lolcows, even the ones that are doing horrible shit. One of the things that typifies the modern Lolcow movement, at least in general, this is a generalization, it's not always this way, because there are certain Lolcows that don't fit this bill. But we're talking about like Cyrax, Chris Chan, who else? Who else did we cover in that shit? Wings of Redemption, but Wings of Redemption is like, see, that's I would say Wings of Redemption, Boogie, Darkside Phil, these guys, yeah, King Cobra, that's the name I was digging for, right? These are dudes, and I'm not trying to be mean to any of these dudes, they are clearly fucked up in ways that aren't fixable, right? These are birth defects or really, really, really deep-seated mental deficiencies and stuff like that, right? And these people are just easy fucking targets for trolls and people to fuck with their lives. It's like Cobes, right? Is a great example of this. King Cobra has never hurt anybody but himself, right? And he seems to be a pretty fucking chill dude most of the time. He's got some wild opinions on shit and he drinks too much. And people will use that as an excuse to just torture this dude. They've got him kicked out of his home. They've got him kicked out of his apartments. They've gotten him in trouble with the police. They send DoorDash to his house 24/7, 365. You know what I mean? Chris Chan is another one. Chris Chan is a profoundly autistic person who was basically like disadvantaged doubly at birth, right? Profoundly autistic, had parents that were a generation older than they should have been, and had no idea what was going on the internet or how to protect Chris from that. And so Chris was basically raised by a bunch of insidious people, a lot of whom wanted to see him self-harm, wanted to see him hurt himself or his family. Blue Spike, one of the biggest antagonists of Chris Chan, tried to get Chris to burn his home down with his family in it one night. So yeah, dude, whatever, when you look at what Chris Chan has done, you go like, oh, that's gross, that's fucked up, and I agree. But it's just like, how much of that shit would Chris Chan have done if he wasn't like primarily raised by these, you know, nasty fucking scumbag narcissist people that had no boundaries to which they were willing to hold themselves, right? Do we know for sure that Blue Spike's early trolling wasn't done? It doesn't matter to me. Yeah, he sounded like a teenager in the gauntlet. 13, 14-year-old boy, or maybe girl, maybe an older girl, maybe 17 or 18-year-old girl. I really could not tell. But it doesn't matter. Blue Spike wasn't the only one participating in this. Plenty of bona fide adults catfished Chris, stalked Chris in public, used Chris's inability to tell bullshit from reality to set up fake meetings so they could humiliate Chris in public, record and surveil Chris without his knowledge in public, which is illegal, but that's just released out to the fucking internet. You know, like, you can't tell me that these things didn't have a profound effect on the choices that Chris Chan made over their life. King Cobes is another one. Cyrax is another one. Cyrax is kind of similar to Chris Chan, right? Cyrax has these ancient parents. His parents aren't really his parents, it's his grandmother and her boyfriend. He's living up in the attic. He's got profound emotional problems, profound anger issues, clearly like several fucking years behind mentally where he should be, and he's constantly surrounded by people who catfish him over and over again, who cause him to have these meltdowns, and his poor old grandma is sitting one room away listening to him all day, screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming. It's fucked, right? You can't paint me a picture where the trolls are the good guys in that scenario. Like, people that are bothering these people day in and day out are not the good guys. If they're the good guys, then you believe that not only Cyrax, but his little old grandmother deserves to be dragged through a bunch of internet lolcow shit. And there's a different tier of lolcow. There are people, I'll be honest, with people like me. Like, I'm a very hateable guy. There are some people that find me pretty funny to laugh at and point at and shit, right? I would say that that's in the same realm, maybe not at the same magnitude, but the same realm as like a DSP or a Boogie or a Wings of Redemption, right? I don't think that there's anything mentally holding any of these people back. I just think that they have personalities that people like to make fun of. They have personality quirks that people like to make fun of. Which, like, that's why I say that, from a certain perspective, a lot of people might think I'm a lolcow, right? An internet personality, I say some wild shit sometimes. Those dudes, it's harder for me to conceive of, like, feeling bad for them because, and I hate to say this, you guys, some of you are going to hate this, but I'm a subscriber to, who was it that said this? It was some rapper that said this, and he caught a bunch of shit for it. Oh, I think it was Tyler, the Creator. He was like, how does a motherfucker get bullied on the internet? Like, turn the fucking computer off. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I subscribe to that. Like, when you're a fully autonomous adult, getting bullied on the internet is kind of a choice. But yeah, I think it was Tyler, the Creator, that said that. Caught a bunch of shit for it. Oh, you don't understand. And it's like, look, dude, I understand. There are like incidences that cross the line where into stalking territory and shit. And it's not like you can constantly ignore that. But I feel like 99% of the trolling and harassment that people get on the internet is entirely self-imposed. All they have to do is turn it off. If every time you go to Twitter, there's 10 or 20 people that disagree with you, stalking you everywhere, and it makes you feel bad, turn off the Twitter. Don't go back there. If every time you go on Facebook, the groups that you're in are infighting, and it makes you feel like nothing ever gets done, and everybody's always hating, and it's always bullshit, stop going on the Facebook. If you go on Instagram and you're just sick of seeing the same fucking bullshit all the time, and people are mean in the comments and it just makes you feel bad about yourself, stop going on the Instagram. It's like, what the fuck? How do you get bullied when you just keep, like, it's like, I've been bullied, right? When I was growing up, especially after the 6th grade and shit, I was a pudgy kid and then went and got fat by the time I was in high school. That wasn't easy. There were people that literally I couldn't escape them, right? Because I had to go to school every day, and every day they were waiting for me there, right? Why would you force yourself into that kind of a fucking contract? If I could have not gone to school some days to avoid getting my ass slapped around by a bully or whatever, I'd have done it. You've got that choice as an adult, and you want to tell me you're getting bullied on Twitter? It doesn't make no fucking sense. Did you kick their ass? No, not usually. I mean, I've been in fights and stuff, but I usually am not. Like, I'm not gonna front and tell you I'm a big violent guy or a great fighter. I'm not. Like, I've been in some scraps, I've had my ass whooped, and I've whooped some ass. But what I learned to do was be meaner verbally than they are, right? if they were calling me out in front of my friends, calling me fat or something in front of my friends, if I could come up with a comeback to that. Did you often French the homies? Yeah, dude. Just a little bro smooch here and there. You know what I mean? Midnight Ghoul didn't like that joke. I don't blame her. No, it's all good. You didn't have to unhide. That was a stupid fucking joke. Don't get bullied. Use the block. Yeah. Touch the block. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of a boomer on that, but I just never understood cyberbullying. I just don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, if it's people that know you at school that are shitting on your social media, that's not cyberbullying. That's just part of bullying. That's like the modern equivalent of riding their bikes by your house and calling you a faggot when they ride by, you know? Like, that's just straight out bullying. A lot of what people ascribe to cyberbullying is just grown-ass people getting butt mad on the internet because somebody disagreed with them or said something mean to them. It's like, oh shit, hit the block. Hit the block or leave the platform. Don't cry further. You know? I engage in willing warfare with the people that hate me. They come in here, I shit on them, they shit on me, I shit back. But that's willing. I like that. Right? If I stopped liking that, you better believe it'd be over like that. I like the back and forth. I like the challenge of it. I like having people that disagree with me. It keeps me honest. You know? I like having people that hate me irrationally. It keeps me humble. I hate blocking people, so you have to be pretty annoying to get me to do it. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, you know, kind of exist in this, like, I call it like social media limbo or purgatory, where it's like nobody's really looking at them, nobody's really responding to them. The shit that they put out doesn't get enough fucking eyes on it ever to get any kind of response, positive or negative. I feel like that's a good chunk of people on social media, like 60% of people probably there in that purgatory zone. Someone talks shit to me on the city bus or wherever, I just say nice attitude. Oh shit, devastating. No, I'm kidding. I mean, you say what, if you say what you want. Typically I'll come up with like a witticism if it comes to that makes them feel really stupid. That's my goal in situations like that, because typically people aren't used to people woofing back intelligently. So, but I'll be honest with you, typically woofing back in general is just not worth your time. That's what earbuds were made for, bro. Somebody's spitting booty chatter out in public and I don't like it. They're gone. We always try to reach more, but that is always why there is no submission for asking, are you go-to-fish eye to eye with someone out there in the universe? Yeah, that's dumb. There's no substitution. You're right. Not submission, substitution. Yes. No, that is true. You must get their direct input on it. I agree. You can't replace that on the internet. Yeah, they keep the most egregious duty swept up, you know what I mean? My wrenches are good people. The killers, though, you know. Straight out fucking killers. They don't care. Go to fish. Go to fish. He travels the land to ask you this. Go to fish. Go to fish. Play any new games recently? Well, I've been playing Wukong. I'm getting near, I think, the end of Act 4 in Wukong, and I think there's 2 more acts after this. And I'm enjoying it. It's a tough game, but not, like, retardedly, unbeatably tough. Monkey Souls. Yeah, so I've been playing that recently. That's about it, though. Monkey Souls. You know what you should consider getting, Phoebes? If you're going to get a PC, get a Steam Deck. Because you take that shit to the Army and shit, or the Navy, or the fucking whatever you're doing. Get a Steam Deck. Dead ass serious, bro. I own 2. They're awesome. Wife's got one, and I've got the fucking OLED one. They are sick. And Monkey Souls runs on it. Not at like max graphics or whatever. Monkey Souls runs. 100% worth it. 100% worth it. I vouch. Yeah. Wukong runs on it. Cyberpunk runs flawlessly on it. Like I'm trying to think of the other modern games. You can play Baldur's Gate 3 on it. Pretty much anything. Like there's a few games that won't run very well. Fighting games run well on it usually. Yeah, you can play Battlefield on it. Elden Ring runs great. Ark Survived runs great. Yep. Skyrim runs, obviously. I mean, and think about that. All of it on the go. Like, you don't gotta have a whole ass rig you take with you. You take the Steam Deck and the charger. You can buy shit right there on it. It's linked to your Steam account, so you can just like, oh, I want a new game. Bloop, you got it. Chill in your bunk at night. Yeah, you gotta save up and get one. Save up and get one. And if you can afford it, get the OLED one. Get like one of them that's got like a smaller internal drive, because you can just uninstall and reinstall games. Like skimp on the drive, but get the OLED screen. It's not janky at all, bro. Bro, I got so I pre-ordered, right? So I got the first gen Steam Deck. I was one of, the first couple thousand people to get one. And I immediately installed a bunch of games and put it through the paces, and I was blown away at how fucking easy it was and how well it worked with everything. Like, if it's a game that requires mouse and keyboard inputs, it gets there's some jank to it. Like, if you, but like, it's super easy. So, like, in Baldur's Gate, when you're typing in the name, right, you summon a fucking little overlay keyboard, touch screen it in, hit enter, and then it goes on. You know what I mean? So you have to imagine it's like works out of the box better with games that are meant to be played with controllers. But you can buy a dock for it, hook it up via optical cable to your TV, and hook up a Bluetooth or a USB thing if you've got the dock to it, and play on your TV with it. Does it have peripherals? No. Other than the dock. Like, you can buy the dock for it. I don't have the dock yet. I haven't played with that, but I've watched videos on how to set it up and shit. I plan on getting one. put the fucking Steam Deck in the dock, it charges, it also hooks it up to your TV. You've got a Bluetooth wireless controller, boom, 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 boom. You're playing your games on your TV. No, don't be irresponsible about it. They're not going anywhere. Just save up a few months and order one. They're good, dude. They're awesome. Yeah, I've built dozens of PCs from scratch. Dozens. Multiple dozens. Yeah. My dad was into PCs back in the 80s. So, dock was worth it. I feel like it would be, yeah. Yeah, don't take out a credit card. Just save up your money, you know, and get that. Because like I said, dude, when the OLED version came out, I was like, fuck it. I have to have that. And it's worth it. Did you ever have an Apple IIe? In school, we used to work on IIes. My dad had a Commodore 64 that he worked on and expanded to a 64 128. That's 128 megabits of memory. Yeah, the 64 was 64 megabit, and the 128 doubled it. Allowed you to play games on it, which were really cool. But because of the tiny internal space, you had to load those games via a floppy disk, which was a very slow process. Karnov. Dude, there was a game called Karnov, and it was for a Amiga, and it was ported to the 64, and I played it on the 64. And that game lives rent-free in my head. It's about a fat guy. I think it's a Russian folklore. Karnov. C64. Yeah, this is it. Look at this game, dude. Tell me this isn't a badass game with a big fat Russian guy what spits fireballs and shit. Look at him. Oh yeah, I remember I found, this is a secret right here. It's hard to kind of see, but he's spitting fireballs. He breathes fireballs. And he's just blowing these fucking fools up. Dude, this game is crazy good. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. I miss these old school games. They were awesome. I'm here to liberate this planet. Cool. Please do. Man, I hope some aliens come and save us, because I think that's our only hope now. Our only hope is that all this UFO shit is real, and there's some super advanced species that have been watching us, hoping we work it out, but they're about to jump in and fucking lock everything down and save us from ourselves. That is unironically the best long-term hope for humanity. That's our best bet. Because as far as like us stopping, like we've already done so much damage to the world that there's no stopping what's coming. So even if we snapped our fingers and all became beautiful, bright green little fucking environmentalists today, the damage that we've done will continue to expand for generations. Like, we're fucked. And on a long-term scale on this planet, we are capital F fucked. We're all just trying to eke out another year or two. That's pretty pessimistic. That's just the truth. You want pessimistic? Go read climatology. Go read what climate scientists say about the climate and how fast it's collapsing and what is going to happen over the next 10, 15, 20, and 30 years. You really want some pessimism, go listen to the scientists. I'm just a stoner that reads scientists. Yeah, go read them. Go read the climate studies. Go read about the acidification of the ocean. Read about lethal wet bulb temperature. Read about an uninhabitable equatorial belt with 1/3 of the population of Earth currently living in it that's going to be uninhabitable in the next 50 years. And that's a conservative estimate. So, like, I'm sorry to be a pessimist in your face and shit, but, like, I'm not the one that's starting the pessimist train here. It's scientists that are studying the climate and what's happening and what's about to happen as a result of us doing nothing to stop what's happening. Okay? That's all I'm talking about. What do you think is the main issue why conservatives deny basic science when it comes to this issue? Comfort. Period. And it's the same reason we're all denying it. Because even me talking about it, am I living like some kind of fucking... No. Not that it would change. So that's the point. That's the rub, right? But denying the science lets you feel like it's okay. That you're not leaving a legacy of a burning planet to your children. That you have every right to spew as much fucking carbon into the atmosphere and support companies that do it. Right? Like, it's comfort. Nobody wants to give up the comfort of modern life. We were talking about that at the beginning of the stream. It's funny how things circle around, right? Comfort. We need to find a new planet and fuck that one up too. Yeah, dude. That's what humanity would be if we became like a type 1 civilization or whatever. We would be a plague on any planet. Dude, we would immediately... You know what would... Here's the thing. Everybody's like, we need to get to Mars. Do you know what the first thing that's going to happen on Mars is? One of those fucking astronauts is going to step out onto Mars, open something that's in a wrapper and feed it through the fucking port in his tube and throw that wrapper on the ground. And thus the first piece of human fucking trash will infest that environment forever. Dude, that's the first thing that'll happen. They're going to pull the top off of some plastic thing and throw it into the environment. And by the time people, like normal people, can actually get there, it's going to be a garbage heap. A garbage heap. Dude, that's what humanity will do if we escape this planet. So maybe those aliens won't help us after all. Maybe they're happy that we're about to burn out on here. Because they're like, fuck, if these guys made type 1, they would be shitting up the universe. Hey, baby. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Let's say that humanity escaped Earth and we started building like a colony on Mars, like a major one. How long do you think it would be before the ecology of Mars was completely and utterly ruined by our presence?
I mean, it's hard to say because what's the existing ecology supporting?
Well, I mean, I'm talking like it's filled with minerals, right? And gases and stuff that we would want to harvest. That's ostensibly why we would go there, because there's tons of gold, there's tons of lead, there's tons of like hydrogen deposits they've discovered and all this stuff.
Are we making a mining colony or like a living colony?
Well, I'm assuming it's our culture going there. So it's going to be both. It's going to be a place to house people that work there for a corporation. Terraforming, mining, loading up transports that go back to Earth, loaded up, you know.
So Earth is still in the picture.
Has to be, yeah.
Okay. So if Earth is still in the picture, then yeah, it'd probably be 20 years or something.
Yeah. 20 years before what the environment is, because, which is like, it's not super life-sustaining. It has a very thin atmosphere and shit. But 20 years before, when you looked out over the landscape of Mars, you would see plumes of fire, smoke, and trash everywhere, blowing in the wind. Right?
Yeah, if Earth is still being maintained as the primary residence.
It is.
Yeah.
It's the mother host of the tick. And the tick leaps and implants its dirty, disgusting Lyme disease of plastic trash onto the next planet. See, I think we are like a species that would ruin everything it touched, despite trying not to. Like, that's why I've always felt this, like, enmity with Star Trek, because of how non-interventionalist and stuff, how they try and leave no trace, especially in places where their technology would be tantamount to godhood. They don't, go to those places, and even when they have in the stories, they don't flex their tech. I think humans would be the opposite. I think if we found...
I think humans would have to be that in order to achieve that. I feel like it's just such a different world where, like, humans just can't be the way they are now for that to be.
So do you think that, like, there would be a period of 1,000 years of tyranny where, like, human beings, like, found other life forms that were below us technologically, subjugated them?
We can't reach those other life forms until we change fundamentally.
So you don't think that there's, like, a hyper-corporatist future where it's like corporations have consolidated all the wealth and manpower in the world, and they use that to shove science into the new millennium and get us off the planet? You think we've got to solve...
You saw what happened with the corporations being in charge of space. The fucking...
What are you talking, Alien?
No, I'm talking
Wayland Yutani?
No, I'm talking about the Starliner.
Oh, you're talking about, yeah.
Launched.
Yeah. You're talking about Boeing trapping two fucking people up there for 6 or 8 months, yeah. And counting.
So, yeah. I think it's just going to have to require a fundamental change in humanity towards cooperation and globalism to even hope to achieve reaching another life form.
Yeah, you're probably right. But if we did, if the hyper-capitalist notion in a lot of sci-fi is correct, and eventually capitalism does, because it's like, I was watching Elysium the other day, which, by the way, that movie is retarded. But there's one good thing in it. That guy, that South African dude.
Or like about Charlton Copley?
Is that his name? Yeah. The guy that was the main character in Neil Blomkamp movie about the aliens. Yeah. Area 51, whatever. What was that called?
It was called, I think... Oh, Jesus.
I can't remember the name. I'm brain farting.
District 9.
District 9, yeah. District 9, yeah. Because, yeah, that's the Blomkamp vision, right? A hyper-capitalist future.
But they're not exploring other life forms. They're just making...
Well, other life forms come to them.
Yeah.
And they're desperate to unlock those life forms' technology and shit to the point...
Well, that's District 9. It's not Elysium.
Right, yeah, right. Elysium, though, it felt like it was set in the same timeline, just like maybe 1,000 years, maybe 500 years after District 9. Like, that's how Elysium felt to me. Like, the same kind of... Because, like, there's all these shots in Elysium. They're actually kind of cool where it shows the Earth, but without any green. So everything's desert. And that's really striking. The people that live there live in, like, ghettos. It's hyper-capitalist. Everybody has to work for some exploitative corporation. And then the rich literally live on a giant space station that's, like... it looks like the world used to look, basically. You know, they've got green plants and farms and lawns and beautiful little cars and right. None of by the way, the movie in premise is interesting, but none of it makes sense. There's so much shit in this movie where they like establish, like I'll give you this. One of the big moments early in the movie is there's people that are trying to get off of Earth onto Elysium illegally. And they leave on these space shuttles, and Elysium shoots them down. They use like an agent on Earth, played by that South African actor, and he shoots some missiles that kill them all before they can get to Elysium, right? So we know that like Elysium has the technology to monitor who's coming and going, and nobody can get close enough to even get on the station ever. And if they do, they're immediately swarmed, right? And then later in the movie, right, as all the action is ramping up, like this dude that's crippled named Spider, of course, because of course he's a resistance leader, and in the future, if you're a resistance leader, you have to go by the code name Spider. Spider can't walk, he's got a cane. They just gently land in Elysium, get out, nobody knows they're there, they're sneaking around, you know what I mean? It's just like, wait a minute. I thought this was like a hyper-capitalist, locked down, zero fucking autonomy, zero privacy, everything is watched and monitored thing, and now this dude just flies a ramshackle ship off of Earth and lands in somebody's backyard, and nobody comes to look at it. It's like...
Rhinor, come here. Rhinor.
You know that little dog over there is a little Shih Tzu.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, have you seen him?
Hey, he popped into our fence one time.
Yeah, he's a little Shih Tzu mix. I think that's why Dinor doesn't like.
Maybe so.
He's like, I'm the only googly-eyed monster in this neighborhood. Yeah, Elysium is filled to the brim with like cool moments that are just undermined. It's like there was a point in the movie, right, where it shows people, so they load up into a shuttle. It's the main character and the evil guy, and he's kidnapped the main character and the love interest and her daughter, and he's taking them to Elysium, blah blah blah, because the main character's got some data in his head that they need to extract. Okay, fine. So they're going like out of the atmosphere, right? They're all in this harness thing, and they're sitting in this thing. They're going like in this futuristic transport thing, right? And then it cuts to them inside, right? And they're just sitting there like this. Like there's false gravity in there or something. Like they're not experiencing the G-forces, the massive face-melting G-forces that it takes to escape the Earth's gravity by propulsion. They're just like chilling and talking inside of it, and it's like going straight up. So they're not tilted back, they're not shaking. It's just like, and they're fine, right? But then something happens. They're in space at this point. It rolls, like the main character throws something at the pilot. He accidentally rolls it over, and everybody flops around inside. So now suddenly there's gravity. It's just like, what? You guys were just like straight up in the air, pulling probably like 8 Gs, and everybody was acting like nothing was happening. Then a dude fucking did a barrel roll, and now you're all flopping around the cabin like gravity's back. But now there shouldn't be any gravity because you're in space. Yeah, I just can't with a movie like that, bro. Oh yeah, the grenade blew off the one dude's face. Yeah, he blows off his face, which is like, that would have been a lethal injury 100% of the time. A giant fucking frag grenade blows up literally like on his mouth. And all that happens is he's missing his jaw, and they're able to reconstitute him or whatever. It just made no sense. It's like, huh? Bro, that dude wouldn't have had a head left. That grenade at that range would have blown his head into smithereens. But he was the one good thing in the movie, honestly. The villain, he gets kind of cringy at the end because he puts on a suit to face the other guy who has a suit bolted onto him, the protagonist. And he starts doing this, like, where he's walking around going, I will kill you. I will kill you. I will kill you dead, man. I will catch you. And it's like, all right, dude, you're not the boogeyman, bro. That was a little over the top, but most of it is good. Most of his performance in it is good. He's, you know, a hateable villain. So that worked. But yeah, I mean, fucking what's his name that's in that? Matt Damon. Scoop of fucking bland vanilla ice cream, bro. Yeehaw. I mean, yeah, it's probably worth watching. Never. We are the world. Get out. I'm out.